Welcome back to Morning Barakah. In case you've just joined us, actually you're watching Morning Barakah exclusively live on Imam Hussein TV 3, the show where we deep dive into topics that matter. And today we're having a conversation that touches many aspects of our daily lives. Supplements. I'll find out exactly how to pronounce that later on. But from vitamins to minerals, the market is flooded with options promising everything from enhanced energy to better sleep. But do they truly deliver, or are we simply caught up in a whirlwind of promises? Our goal today is to perhaps raise some challenging questions about the role of supplements in our pursuit of health and well-being. Before we jump into the discussion, let's ponder this. In a world where the shelves are lined with promises of a healthier life, can we really rely on these tiny capsules and powders to be our path to well-being? Are supplements truly good for us? Or are we navigating uncharted territory, relying on the hope that what we're putting into our bodies is doing more good than harm? Let's find out. Here to discuss this with me, I'm delighted to be joined by founder of ActiKid and ActiHealth, as well as head of fitness at Stanmore Jaffrey's, Zohaib Shariff. Zohaib, salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
I guess there's a lot in my introduction that you might be thinking, question mark, because obviously you're an expert in this field. And I'd love to find out first and foremost, why supplements? And essentially, what is your model?
Okay, so initially I got into supplements. It was for the money, I'll be honest with you. Be open about it. So I used to wholesale pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
And I was getting a lot of requests for vitamins abroad. So I was selling these vitamins, buying from other brands, you could say.
Yeah.
And exporting them abroad. And I was like, there's a market here. And it started increasing more, especially in the Middle East, Egypt, Iraq as well.
Yeah. I've seen. I remember back in LinkedIn that you had a couple of exhibitions in Dubai, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So we exhibit there every year, Arab Health. So I said, you know what? I want to get into vitamins. Let me just take a leap of faith and get in there. And I developed my own brand called ActiKid. We said we're going to niche in a particular area.
Yeah.
Children's health was quite important to me because my younger brother went through quite a bit of illness at a young age.
Oh wow, okay.
So we developed a brand and we wanted to make it something which was encouraging a healthy lifestyle, you could say, for children. So we developed this, and at the same time of this going on, started off, it was gummies. So there is sugar in gummies. Yeah. I'm not saying they're the best way to take vitamins, but children, they don't like taking liquids, they can't take capsules.
No.
So the easiest way to get something in them, vitamin nutrients, is through gummies. So at the same time of this going on, my same brother who grew up had cancer. Okay. And he was on chemotherapy, not eating, losing a lot of weight. Someone told me about something called CBD.
Yeah.
Okay, you must have heard of CBD, the cannabis oil. Yeah. And there's a thing on this about the halal and haram on this as well, which we can talk about another time. Yeah. So anyways, we gave him a bit of CBD and his appetite started developing and his recovery was amazing. Alongside this, there was other supplements that he took. And at the same time, I went through a journey myself. So I suffered with a lot of chronic back pain for a number of years. So there was times, so you know how we were when we were youth. I think we used to play football together as well. Yeah. Fouling.
I've retired now at the age of 30. 30, I retired, yeah.
So I used to be eating all sorts. So anyways, I go to the football, not the football.
The back pain.
So the back pain.
Yeah.
So there was times where I couldn't move for like about, I would say, a week at a time.
After the football session?
Yeah, this was after. So there'll be times like during my work when I set up this business in supplements as well, and my back would actually twist. And I would be in bed for like a week at a time, making work phone calls from my floor. And I would go to see these chiropractors. They'd crack me into place, and then I'd be fine for a couple of months. And then back again. And then it started getting more and more frequent. So now I'm talking every couple of weeks, my back would really be playing up. And there was one time where I called up my chiropractor because I was traveling in a few days' time. And
this is, by the way, all during
during my business of supplements as well.
So you're traveling back and forth Middle East.
Middle East and other countries, Africa and all sorts. And I called up my chiropractor. I was like, listen, I need to come and see you ASAP. He says, listen, I'm fully booked, which shows something, for a couple of weeks. I said, look, can you just fit me in? He goes, I'm really sorry, I can't.
Wow.
And then I heard about a brother called Zain Ali Panjwani, who you probably know as well,
yeah.
And he's from the community. Well, he was at the community at the time. So I said, you know what, let me give him a call. I've heard a lot about him.
Yeah.
So went to go visit him. He had an appointment the following day. And I said to him, bro, just fix my back. I've got a lot going on. He's like, okay, calm. Okay. Let's talk about what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
So I said, he asked me questions. He asked me, okay, so what's your diet like?
Yeah.
I was like, you know, in the office late at night, donors and pizzas, kebabs, chilla kebab, guzi.
Okay.
And
I mean, it shows your diet that you know the names of ghuzi and chilla kebab and all that. So it's a wide variety of
wide variety. So he said, okay, and he goes, what's your sleeping pattern like? I was like, sleeping about 1, 2 in the morning. Okay, what time do you wake up? I wake up and I'm rushing to the office, and you know, you got all sorts going on, phone calls, stress during the day, this, that. He said, okay, fine. And then he started asking me about relationships. Okay. I was like, bro, just fix my back.
Yeah,
I need to get back to work. He said, this is the problem, like you're rushing everything, stress. I can see it in your eyes. I was like, okay. He said, okay, let me have a look at your back. So he examined my back and he said, bro, to be honest, majority of the issue isn't mechanical.
Really?
So I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, have you heard of a thing called leaky gut? And I was like, what's that? He goes, look, majority of your issues are actually related to your gut health. I was like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
He's like, you got this thing called, so if I just put it into simple words, imagine you've got your gut, and I'm just going to be a bit explicit over here. All the crap comes out through however it does. Now imagine, and it passes through the gut. Now imagine there's holes in that gut. Okay. So now all these toxins are now seeping into your system. And majority of illnesses, inflammation and all sorts actually start from this.
Right.
This thing called leaky gut, where all these toxins start seeping through. So he goes, what we need to start working on is sorting out your gut lining. All right? Your gut lining, so all the toxins seep through.
Doesn't that need surgery then, if it's leaky or anything like that?
No, it doesn't.
Or is it just, okay. Cool.
And I was like, okay. And he goes, it's not, okay, we need supplements for this, probiotics, and there's a couple of supplements for this.
Right.
But at the same time, it's your lifestyle. Okay. So I said, okay. He said, look, he asked me, what can you do tomorrow to start working on yourself? So he didn't tell me, like, you know, you go to the doctors, you have to stop smoking, you have to go on a diet. He asked me the question, so it was like coaching.
Oh, no, okay.
So
you've got to come up with the answers yourself then?
Yeah, exactly. So it comes from within. So normally if someone told me you have to stop doing something, I'd rebel, and that's what majority of people do. They rebel. And I said, and I was a heavy smoker at the time as well. I said, you know what, I'm going to stop smoking. He's like, wait. He says, look, that would be amazing, but majority of people who say that,
they're not going to do
it's not going to do it. So I said, all right, that first cigarette in the morning, I think I might just, you know, I might give that one up. He goes, okay, perfect. I go, what else? So, you know, now I'm excited. And he goes, no, that's fine. Start with that, and then let's see. He goes, what else you could do is potentially add some colors to your foods. Like, are you eating fruits and vegetables? I said, yeah, I like a bit of banana here and there, but he goes, okay, see what other fruits do you like? So I said, like strawberries, blueberries, whatever.
Cherries,
okay, see what else you can add to your diet. I was like, okay, that can work. So I started visiting for a few times after, and working on these supplements to get this gut lining working. And slowly I'm seeing, like, you know, the back pains coming a bit less. So I think, you know what, this is actually good. And as it starts working for me, this bloating as well, I used to suffer with a lot of bloating, acidity. I started getting better, and I was like, wow. I was like, we need to do something for adults in this.
Right.
That's how we got into the...
I mean, there's a lot that you covered there.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I really want to go back to your brother and the fact that was it supplements that helped him on his journey, or? the whole CBD thing? Was is that a major factor in his recovery?
I would say a lot of it is to do with mindset.
Okay, so it's mindset as well.
So supplements obviously can help support a healthy
and I
lifestyle.
guess it's the clues in the word. It's not a replacement, but it supplements it. Okay.
Exactly.
So overall, then supplements are good for you. If that's
So let's put it this way. If so, turmeric. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Turmeric. How much turmeric would you say you eat a day?
I don't know what goes into.
You don't know what into the koozie.
Into the koozie. I mean, I'm just about guessing what turmeric or whatever it is. Is it
the curcumin, the yellow?
The yellow one.
Powder,
okay,
yellow
I don't
powder,
know. I don't know.
So that's a really good anti-inflammatory. Okay, I take it every day in my supplement anyway. Okay. But it's a really big inflammatory. So, if I was to ask you if you got a headache or you had a football injury before, what would be your normal protocol?
Ibuprofen. Paracetamol.
So what happens with these ingredients? It tends to sort of mask the problem. Okay. You have a headache, you take a paracetamol. You have, I don't know, a muscle pain from football, boxing, or whatever it may be, take some ibuprofen, headache. But there's other ways you can take this naturally. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given everything from the earth. Black seed oil, another one example, there's hadith about it. It cures everything apart from leprosy and death.
Subhanallah.
It's all there, it's all in the world. So CBD actually did help him calm himself. And it done something with the receptors which actually helped him to start eating, caused an appetite of something. He started eating, and he's got a very strong mindset because he was ill when he was young, and he's naturally, alhamdulillah, he's got a very strong mindset. And as time went on, got him onto these supplements, and alongside the chemotherapy. I'm not always for pharma. Sometimes there is times where you do need pharma. Sometimes you can do without. You can do without.
So yourself, you supplement?
I supplement,
so how does it work in terms of like a daily lifestyle? Is it like something in the morning? Is it something in the evening? How does it work?
So there are different supplements for different times of the day. So the supplements that I take, which are my own products, I take one called Acti Joints. So this has got black seed in it. It's got turmeric. It's got vitamin D3, which we're all majority of people are deficient in. It's got ginger, again, another really good anti-inflammatory. In the evenings, I take something called Acti-Lax, So it's not a laxative only. It's something to make you relax. So it's got magnesium in there, which helps your stools pass in the morning. And it helps to give you a restful sleep at night. But with these products, I've got probiotics in them as well. This is to sort out the gut, and you're probably going to ask me.
I am going to ask what probiotics are. So what are probiotics?
So if I tell you the air we're breathing right now, it's got a lot of pollution. The water we're drinking, when we're normally drinking water, there's a lot of, you could say, it's not the best of water because it's been recycled so many times. It's not natural. There could be some bad bacteria in there. The foods we're eating, if you go to the supermarket right now, majority of the foods on the shelf have got they're processed, they've got GM, there's all sorts going on. So all of these, if you just put it in simple terms, add bad bacteria to your system. Probiotics are basically good bacteria to counter the bad bacteria. All right? And what these do is balance your system out. You could say your body's made out of trillions of bacteria. Your skin's got bacteria on it. And this is basically what probiotics are.
I've seen yogurts on the shelf that actually promote, and they've got a claim saying probiotics. And then once I was reading into it, and I'm like, it's got, they actually insert or they bring in bacteria. And then in my mind, I'm like, well, how does this work? Because I swear bacteria is bad for you. But apparently, there's good bacteria and there's bad bacteria, and that's where probiotics come into play.
So the good bacteria you can get from stuff like kefir.
Kefir, that's the one.
Kefir,
It
tastes
you
really
get
nice.
yogurt products. You get loads of probiotics.
And then you've got stuff like even bananas have sauerkraut. There's a few things that have probiotics in them, but again, people don't have the appetite to eat all of these things every day. So in supplements is another way that you can get them in.
So does it work in terms of like, is it like a course of supplements that you have to take over a period of time, or is this just a constant thing that you kind of need to take?
I see it works for myself. You've got other ingredients. So it all depends on what your goals are.
Yeah.
Right? So I know that I want to be going 2 or 3 times a day to the washroom. Okay? I know that I need my body to be on form because I go to the gym in the morning.
Yeah.
I know that I want less inflammation in my body.
Sorry, what if, for example, you're getting regular headaches? Okay. You can't really explain them. The doctor says, well, it could be this, could be that, you know, it could be stress. There could be something sinister behind it. We don't know. Let's take some scans. But it's just a constant thing of getting headaches. What will be the remedy there?
So I'm going to go back to Zainali here.
Okay.
All right. So you go to the doctor and you say, look, I've got some headaches. I'm getting some really bad migraines. The doctor might prescribe you some painkillers. Okay. If he's a really good doctor, and I know quite a few, then would ask, okay, what's bothering you? Ask you questions. Okay, get to the root cause of the problem, rather than going and trying to just find a supplement just to. There's no such thing as a magic pill. Right. There's no such thing as a magic pill. It could be.
We'll pause on magic pill in a second, but go on.
If you were to find out, say you got headaches, it could be something that there could be a lack of vitamin D, magnesium in your body. It could be a stress problem with
How do you
work.
find out if there's lack of this, lack of that? Is that blood test?
This is, you can find out, of course, through blood test. But at the same time, it could be an underlying issue of stress. Okay. It could be a relationship issue. It could be something to do with not drinking enough liquid. It could be, I don't know, an underlying issue of something else. But just taking a paracetamol is just going to mask it. And then that issue is going to get deeper and deeper and deeper and could lead to something else on top of the side effects from the medication.
So there's no one size fits all situation. And you mentioned magic pill. Is there such thing as a magic pill? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Yeah, even like I would love to say that ours is, but I can't because there isn't. But the key is actually finding out the root cause of any problem. And also, you could supplement something along the side to test what works. And there's so many things from nature you can try. So we've got a supplement for anxiety and stress. Okay. And our model, which I'll go to again, which you asked me earlier, is we have a supplement. So for joints. At the same time, we've built a course about joint health. Okay.
So it's not just here's the pill, there you go.
No. So in our new branding right now, which is coming out in the next couple of months, there's a QR code where you scan when you buy the joints product, and it's got 5 to 7 short videos of a short course with Zainali and myself on how you can better your joint pain without anything to do with the supplements at all. Because lifestyle is probably, I would say, 70% to 80%. The supplements there to just add to helping, and giving you those extra benefits. But if you can work on your exercise, I've got a motto now that I get some part of exercise in every single day. That's every day. So this morning I didn't go to the gym. I'm normally there after Fajr.
Sorry, is that our fault? In a way.
No, I was actually shattered last night. But you know what I did do? I done 5 squats in the bathtub in the shower this morning.
Okay.
5 squats. That was it. That was my exercise.
Something.
But I've done something. It could be a breathing exercise. It could be just breathing. But that's exercise, right? And,
So it's interesting because a lot of the time when we get ill, our go-to is the medication that's been plastered at us. Paracetamol this, ibuprofen this. But in any way of life, you need to kind of take a step back and find out what the root cause is and what the root problem is. And it does need a lifestyle change for you to see the benefits of it. It's no point just masking stuff with the what's the off-the-shelf or on-the-counter kind of medication that's given to you all the time, the ibuprofens, the paracetamols. So it's interesting. It's more of a lifestyle, right?
100%.
So, dear viewers, we are going to go to a very, very small break. And when we're back, we're going to talk about lifestyle and Zohaib's activities when it comes to engaging the community. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back, dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV. If you've just joined us, you're watching Morning Barakah. Before the break, we were talking to Zohaib Shariff about supplements and the benefits of supplements and the lifestyle changes that you need to make. And we kind of ended that conversation in terms of lifestyle and what you need to do to change your lifestyle. In this part of the show, we're still with Zohaib and we're talking community engagement. So, Zohaib, I think you mentioned some fantastic stuff about what you need to do in order to maximize the benefits of supplements, and that is lifestyle change. So talk to me about, I guess, your role with Stamwell Jaffrey's.
Yeah, so it's been about, I think about a year and a half now, coming up to a couple of years. Mahmood Mauji, who set up the SJ Stamwell Jaffrey's Fitness, approached me and said,
Dr. Mahmood?
Yeah, Dr. Mahmood Mauji.
Dentist.
Okay,
yeah. Mahmood,
motivational
coach, he's been on the show before as well.
Oh, he's been on the show?
Yeah. Fantastic guy. Fantastic guy, yeah.
So he called me up. I'm part of his Reignite program as well.
Reignite, okay.
Yeah. And he told me, look, you love fitness. You love all this stuff, yeah. Why don't you head the Stamwell Jaffrey's Fitness? So I was like, whoa, this is a big move.
Why would it be a big move?
I didn't have the best reputations in Stamwell. I'm just being real. You know, you see the adults and you're thinking, mate, this guy, you know, fouling,
you didn't like me when I was young.
Fouling everyone in football, and you know it was. But I said, okay, I got this is gonna. He goes, look, it can really grow you, and you can help a lot of people. And I said, you know what? Fine, let me do it. I started off with some fitness sessions. First one was in Northwood School, and it was actually quite amazing because at the same time I had Abbas Bandali, who's a good friend of mine. I don't know if Cancer and Not Out.
No, I don't know.
So
I know Abbas Bandali in Tanzania.
Okay,
Dar es Salaam, but no, okay.
Yeah, so he's going through cancer at the moment. He's been going through for quite some time, and stage 4.
Wow.
Very close friend of mine, very big, a big inspiration to me in Azadar as well. And he turned up to the fitness session that first day, and you know what? It was
he was in stage 4.
Yeah, whilst he's in stage 4, and if you see his journey, alhamdulillah, doctors didn't give him much time. He's still breathing today. He's lost so much weight. He's so much better. Alhamdulillah, still obviously pray for him, and all the viewers, please pray for him.
Inshallah.
But he's shown some serious determination in his journey. He turned up to that fitness session, and it was amazing. I think there was about 15 people there.
Yeah.
And we done some boxing, done some exercises, some stretches. And what I done is I sort of brought in what I learned from Zain Ali into that session as well, the coaching side of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask the director to play some of the videos onto the screen if that's possible, because we got some footage from you before. Yeah, it should. Oh, it's on our screen over there, but it's on the TV screen. So, you know, you've got some activities outside. Some boxing. So who's who in this?
So that's Mr. Tajilo Al-Faraj, that's what we call him. That's Qasim Rajan.
Okay. Qasim, I know him. Yeah, here he is. Say. Zohaib. Yeah.
Okay. That's Ali Al-Bakri. You know Ali? He's a dentist from the community.
That's Qasim, right?
That's Qasim Rajan, yeah.
And that's yourself?
That's myself, and yeah, we're just doing a few drills I learned from the boxing club that I go to, Tully's. And the whole point here is that...
Oh, and they do planks as well. Is that what it's called, planks?
Yeah, planks, press-ups, planks, squats.
So planks are horrible because I've tried it and I only last about 10 seconds, 15 seconds and I'm done.
We'll get there. And this is them walking back to the mosque right now.
So it's close to, so you meet up in the mosque.
Yeah.
And these are the only types of activities that you have?
No,
so just regular fitness?
There's all sorts.
Okay.
So how it started off, there was quite a few youngsters. When Mahmood had it initially, it was in the madrasa hall. Okay. So during madrasa time, the parents drop off the kids, the fathers drop off the children, and then they come for the session.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the hall's being rented out, and the timing of the hall is not great.
Right.
So we said, you know what? Screw this.
I see.
We're going to take this outdoors because the outdoors is the key in everything.
Yeah.
Because of you get the earth, you get the sunlight, the vitamin D, you got the nature. It releases stress big time as well. Yeah. So I got these guys in. We started off, and people were loving it. I was recording stuff that we're doing over here. This was inside the mosque actually.
Yeah.
And then it opened up for the annex. We had time to, you know the annex in Stanmore Mosque? The annex, the small part.
Yes.
And we asked the Stanmore Joffrey's heads, can we rent this place out? Yeah. They were like, yeah, fine, go for it. There's no one there at that time. Yeah. Slowly over time, it's become more adults.
Okay.
And you know what? I actually enjoy it.
I was going to say, is that a good thing for you?
I love it.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's not about getting a large amount of numbers. Yeah. It's about getting quality and people who are not moving regularly to actually move. Yeah. There's no point training, having a fitness session for people who are already fit. Or you can, but wouldn't you rather have it for people who are not getting out there? Yeah. So my dad turned up last week, well, the last 2 weeks, yeah. Okay. And he's a heart patient. And I've got another uncle who's had a triple bypass. Wow. Yeah. He's turning up for the last 5-6 weeks, lost some serious weight.
You know, that's actually a fantastic point, because our parents who, you know, they've gone through all the rigors and the fast lifestyle of raising kids and earning and going to work and all of that. And then they reach a stage where they're like, I'm done now. I've raised you guys and I've done with the work and I'm close to retiring, should we say. And then they just sit. And when they sit, they, you know, their lifestyle becomes a bit challenging. They eat everything, but they're not moving as much. And so they lose the motivation to exercise, and essentially that's where they get things like, you know, heart pressure and or high blood pressure, sorry, and you have things like cholesterol and all of that stuff that they just come out because it's a lack of exercise. So initiatives like this, how can you prompt more adults and more parents, more of the elder generation to come out and to join you?
So, and I'll give you an example of what we spoke about just before. Yeah. And I thanked you as well, and I'll say it live as well. This, my daughter actually knows the 12 Imams' names because of you. The first Imam is Ali, because of Ahlul Bayt al-Islam, but the wasilas through that you were out on social media, you're out on YouTube, you got your video out there. Yeah. My daughter recites that every day, MashaAllah. Well, most days, and it's through social media. We've got this platform right now, YouTube, this program that we're on right now. And I recorded this journey. People, you make it a bit exciting, okay? You get a couple of people in, or even one person in. Yeah. He's now showing his transformation to the community. Right. And another uncle could be sitting there and he's thinking, you know what? I'm on this medication, I'm not moving. He's getting pressure from his children. Yeah. And he sees that, you know what, this guy's actually, who was in a worse position than I was, on much more medication. He's going through heart issues and whatever, breathing issues, but he's out there. You know what, I can do this as well. And you try and change the world for one person, yeah, it will have a ripple effect. Yeah, 100%. It will have a ripple effect.
I was going to say, I mean, so some people might say, look, when it comes to these types of activities, why would they come to this, you know, the local community engagement program or activity program when they could go to their gyms, for example, or a personal trainer that can, you know, have a more specific, tailored look at their lifestyle? Why would they choose yours over the other?
So all three are good. Okay, going to the gym, amazing. I go to the gym. There's personal trainers. We've got really good personal trainers within the community. We've got people like Ilyas Govani, Gains with Gavinci, you must have heard of him. We've got Ashik Ali, Damani. They do some really big transformations. So there's obviously those areas as well. But I think people find coming to a community where people they're around and they comfortable around really helps as well. So it becomes a community effort. So I'll give you an example. This week, a friend of mine, he's been pushing me to get his dad into the fitness session. He didn't tell him that it's going to be fitness. He said it's going to be baraza. You know what baraza is?
Yeah. Like a chill, right? Like chill at night.
Yeah. So he was actually going to come in his shirt in the morning at 10:15 to the mosque, but luckily he came in his tracksuit bottom. He turned up and he's like, it's fitness. Why didn't you tell me? He goes, I just had a massive breakfast. So anyway.
So you're enticing them through a baraza, but actually,
So he turned up anyway and he had the session. And Faz told me when he came home, he loved it. He's like, next week I'm coming back, and you know. So after the session finished, we sat down. There was about 6 of us, and the uncle from the kitchen he made the tea. You know, the Stanmore tea is probably the best tea in the world, right?
I'm not. I don't know because I'm not a fan of Karakti or
you're not?
Absolutely not.
Ciao Ali.
Ciao Ali, yes, I'm in for that. Yeah.
Well, that's the best team. That's the best team in the world. After that, yeah. And
no, by the way, their reputation is massive because I've heard anyone that goes to Stanmore, they have to have their tea. So very good.
So yeah, he had the tea after, and he's like, yeah, next week I'm back on it. What I end the sessions with, of these sessions, is I coach them again. So I'll say, what do you feel you can do this week, every day, something. It could be something to do with Ahl al-Bayt. So it could be reading Quran, it could be reading Ziyarat al-Ashura, it could be reading, you decide. Yeah. And then there's something in your nutrition. So what do you feel you can do this week? So someone will say that, you know what, this week I'm going to drink more water in the morning. I'm going to drink more water in the evening. I'm going to cut down on the fried foods, for example. And one thing in exercise. So can I don't know, it could be doing 5 press-ups. It could be 5 seconds of plank, something. And they don't always do it, but they've got that intention, the niyyah.
Right.
And that's the key.
That is absolutely key. So just lastly, from an administration perspective, in terms of Stanmore having a fitness session, or your head of fitness there, how do other communities, maybe not, for example, the Khawaja community, because I know the Khawaja community, they also have something similar in different areas like South and even different countries as well. And I know that you guys come together in sports activities, which is fantastic. But from a fitness perspective, how is that model replicated for other communities? Okay, so in the Iraqi community, I've seen there's Ali Transforms. You know Ali Transforms? You've got him, who's like I follow him as well, and 363 days now, I think. We're all waiting for 365 days, by the way. You've got Ali Rida, Muhammad Ali Rida, the runner. You've got so many within the Iraqi community. Now, if one of these guys, I'm not telling them to do it, but one of these guys, fitness enthusiasts, comes out and says, you know what, we're going to have a fitness session, and one person turns up. All right, one person turns up. Doesn't have to be anything paid. So I'll tell you, I've got a £500 budget in Stanmore Jaffrey's. I haven't spent a penny. I haven't spent a penny. Right. Because the annex is there, is open. And the outdoors is there. The outdoors is there. So everything's free. So they just have to come and say, you know what, in the community, send a message out. We're going to be training at this time. Please join us. And that's all it takes. If one person keeps on turning up, I guarantee you, after a few weeks, there'll be 5. And then it will grow and grow and grow. And then you can niche out into different areas for the adults, for the youth, for the children, and that's it. It's not a big thing. The key is to record the thing and get the message out to as many people and make it fun. So have some laughs in there. You'll see in all the videos we have, we've got this Mamdani uncle who's done 2 half marathons this year. MashaAllah. Won an award from nothing. MashaAllah. And we've got all sorts, so yeah. Well, Zohaib, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you very much for your time. I wish you best of luck with the rebrand. Is it? Yes, you've got a rebrand coming out. Thank you. And some more activities. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Zohaib Shariff. Thank you so much for your time. Please do follow him on social media. So, is it acti.zed? Acti.zed to look out for more of his fantastic initiatives. Now, after the break.